So on order, this was my analysis, or this is my analysis. So I'm gonna make the analysis, then you are going to correct me. Previously we had anticipated a reset, a peak there, and we anticipated a reset. And I remember with the other guys, we were actually trying to debate whether this is a W or it's a head and shoulder. Okay, so it looked like a W and also looked like a head and shoulder. So we ended up saying, okay, maybe it's a what? It's a head and shoulder when we were analyzing this SPY. So after having done that, from my counting of levels, this was my level 1, this is my level 2, then this is my level 3. So meaning that this week we are expecting to see a peak formation and then a drop in price. Okay, we're expecting to see a peak formation and a drop in price. All right. So in other words, we are simply saying that our pair has reached level 3. So we are anticipating a drop in price. And the other thing we're saying, they were coming from a reset. So that reset there on the 200 EMA was actually a pull to the 50 EMA on H4. It was actually a pull to the 50 EMA on H4. Now, the other thing that is of significance, if you look from the H4 point of view, you can see that the dealer has pushing up. The dealer has been pushing up. So now there's going to be a very, very big consolidation this week. That's, yes, we're going to get a sell, but there's going to be a very, very big consolidation this week. Why? Because we are anticipating that the market will form a peak, drop down, and form a peak again as a reset, and then come and form a peak again, and then drop down. So that's what we're actually anticipating. So this might take the whole week, or the market can give us a single peak, which is going to be a peak on H4. Whichever is going to happen, okay, we are ready for what's going to happen. But the hope that we're anticipating a peak, you can see even right that this is a very clear clear shark fin that is going to appear there, a very clear shark fin that is going to appear. So also anticipating a shark fin. We're anticipating a shark fin from the H1, from the H1, from the H4, sorry. And also another thing, from the D1 time frame, expecting to see a crossover of the 50 and the 800, crossover of the 50 and the 800, signaling a level 3. Okay, signaling a level. So there is a possibility that this sell that is going to happen on will be the high of the month, and let me see, also a high of the day. Yeah, it's going to also be the high of the year. It's also going to be the high of the year, and also the high of the week. Okay, also the high of the week. So that's our anticipation. Is there anyone who has got a different view compared to what I've said? Anyone with a different? If you have a different view, please type on the chat page. If you have a different view, personally, this is what I think. If you are agreeing, you can type on the chat page that you are agreeing. If you have a different view, then you can also type on the chat page that no, I'm seeing differently. This is not how things are. Every opinion is welcomed as long as you are going to explain to us what you think. But if you are agreeing with me, then you can say, I agree with you. Okay, someone is saying, I agree. I was seeing level 3 on H1. Someone saying, agree, we're anticipating. So when we analyze a pair like this, we are simply trying to say, put it on your watch list because there is a likelihood of this happening. And this is the pair that you are supposed to be watching during this whole week. So you don't have to sleep on duty. If we are anticipating a sell, you have to look at it step by step, Monday, Tuesday, etc., etc., etc. You get the point. So the problem is that when we analyze, like, I know some of you are gonna forget, and then you start to go and look for gold, USDs. I'm not saying you don't have to trade other pairs. Yes, you can trade other pairs, but make sure you keep your eye on the pair that we have traded. You can even see right here that your bands are wide open and it's even on the extremes of the overbought. It's on the extremes of the overbought. So generally, anticipating a reversal. We're anticipating a really, really on the extremes. Go see. Is raising up his hand. Do you have anything to say, Nkosi, since you didn't have the message?
No, yes, coach. I wanted to ask, on highs of the years and whatnot, how are we sure that like it isn't from a peak we can reset and still go up, right? And how do you know that maybe if it's the high of the year, it will just drop one time, or it will reset and keep going up?
Okay.
If
We said this is a peak formation, right? On that particular time, this was the high of the year, the high of the week, the high of the month. We can only know that by breaking that high. You get the point now? So this is no longer the high of the year, because if you look even in a 4-hour time frame, your January starts here. Your January starts here. All right? And there is no way where the price is today, this year. This is the first time price has reached 0.7522 this time. It's the first time price has reached that point. So definitely it's the high of the year. Whether we are seeing a setup or not is the high of the year. Whether they are going to reset or not, for now, that's the high of the year that we have. We will invalidate that high if they break it. But if they don't break that high, then it becomes the high. Look at this here. That double top there was the high of the year for that particular time until it was broken right here. That's when we then said it's no longer the high of the year. It was now the high of the week and probably the high of the month of January. Yes, it was the high of the month of January for that particular time. Now, this one is the high of February and the high of what? Of high of the year. Now, one thing that you need to know is that in most cases, peak formations, they form at the beginning of the month or at the end of the month. I don't know if you are aware that in most cases, peak formations, they form at the beginning of the month or at the end of the month or towards the end of the month. Like this one right here, today is the end of February and we are seeing a peak formation. Trust me, this peak formation is going to sell until we get into March. If they are going to give a reset, they're going to give a reset at the beginning of March, then we start to go up. But if they don't give a reset, then we expect the sell for the whole of March. So we are saying as long as we are seeing a peak formation at the end of the month, we are anticipating a sell for the rest of the month. Because what happened was the dollar formed the low of the month of February, then he went up. He is now forming the high on the month of February. So what are we expecting? We are expecting a reversal and then to end the month. And what are we expecting in the month of March? We're expecting the month of March a drop down. If the dealer wants to go up, then he's gonna reset and go up. But we're expecting him to form the high of the month for the month of March, which is not the high of the year, and then drop down. You get the point now. So that's exactly what we are anticipating now, because this peak formation is appearing at the end of the month. So as long as it's forming at the end of the month, then we are anticipating a drop up until March. So we know for good that this peak formation, we're gonna hold it until we get into March. You get the point now? If it doesn't sell until March, then I don't know what I can bet with, but that's what is going to happen anyway. All right. Is there any other question concerning Audit Chief before we move to any other pair? Most of the people agreed to what we had anticipated. So any other pair that we can analyze, just one pair. Anyone who's going to type first, we take that pair. Just one pair. And I don't want an OD pair, and I don't want a chef pair, because we are done with OD and chef pairs. Okay, someone is saying Euro USD. Someone is saying Euro USD. Who's going to analyze Euro USD for us? Just remove all these things that I was drawing before. Okay, who's going to analyze Euro USD for us? Okay, Shane P is saying he wants to try, so I'm going to ask to unmute your mic. I think you can try now.
Can you hear me, Coach?
Yeah, I can hear you.
On my chart, I seen that we were at the peak. We had a peak on Thursday. Is that Thursday?
Can you annotate my chart? Is it possible?
Okay, how do I, this is my first time doing this. How do I do the annotations?
Okay, are you on your PC?
Yes.
Okay, if you're on your PC, just check on your options where there is mute, start video, security, and stuff, right? Can you see that?
Can you see me moving a mouse? Moving the mouse?
Yeah. Can you see where I'm where I'm pointing it? Annotate. Actually, if you check on your options down there, you'll see there is where it's written annotate, where there is mute, video, and